Hey, good morning. Thanks for being with me, Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Hey, so we've had a great week. I've enjoyed having the feedback and conversations with people and appreciate all the comments. And especially thank you for sharing these episodes with other people. And I really appreciate that. So this week we've talked about, in episode 72, we talked about your success formula. In 73, we talked about turning your dreams into reality. And then in 74, yesterday, we talked about your personal transformation. Now, what I want to talk about today can still tie into all those because it's often a question of how do we do some of these things we've been talking about, and it's how do I create lasting change? I've got something in my life that I want to change, and how do I do that on a permanent basis? And so there's 3 steps to that. First is you must realize that this thing must change, and it must change now. The second part is I must change now. You've got to completely convince yourself that it's a change that you must make right now. And then the third is believing that I can change now. So it doesn't matter if you know it's a must, you know you should change this thing, you know that you must change it, but if you don't believe you can change it, it's not going to happen. And so as we look at that, you've got to realize, your past doesn't equal your future unless you're living in it and you camp yourself in it. We've talked about, if you look back at the first part of June, I wrote an article on jeffheggie.com called Who You Become is a Choice. And if you remember me talking about that, I was reviewing Benjamin Hardy's book, Personality Isn't Permanent. And I just want to read you something quick here that I wrote in that. I said, Benjamin emphasizes that your personality is an effect, not a cause, and you primarily shape your personality by the goals that you have set for yourself. When you have set specific goals and are intentional about where you are going, he says you can become the person you want to be. So knowing that, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It's not a reflection of who you have to be in the future. So when you look at it and, what is it that you'd like to change in your life? Is it a behavior, an emotion, a feeling? What is it that it is? And go look at those 3 things. This must change now, I must change now, and I can change now. And change is never a matter of ability, it's a matter of motivation. So how is it that you're gonna figure that out and leverage yourself so that you can make that change? Now, everything that we have in our lives is shaped by our beliefs. And in another episode, I'm gonna talk more about beliefs because it's a topic that I like to discuss as well. But I want you to understand that the things that you believe are what controls your life and your outcomes. And most of us don't design our own beliefs. And you can look at yourself. There's something you've been in your past, I'm sure, that you've had a conviction that you believed with all your heart that you knew it was true. And then at some point down the road, you realize that it wasn't. And so what is it that you're believing right now that you need to change that's going to help give you the leverage to make these changes that you need in your life and make them a must in your life? So as I said, I'll talk about beliefs more in a future episode, but that's what I want to start with. But I want you to look at that, find the things that you need to leverage in your life, that you can have that belief and certainty and come to the decision that this must change now, I must change now, and most importantly, I can change now. So thank you. Again, love it if you give me more feedback on this. I appreciate all the feedback I get. Leave comments. And again, thank you for sharing these episodes, and please continue to do so. If you know someone that would enjoy these or that could benefit from them, please help me spread this and share them for me. And if you're listening on one of the platforms like Apple Podcasts, please rate and those sort of things. Appreciate that. And then again, if you're interested in going deeper into any of these things, I just want to tell you about a few options that I have too. I do one-on-one coaching, and so I'd love to talk to you more about that. You can send me a DM or send me an email at jeff@jeffheggie.com and just put coaching in the subject line and we can talk about things. I'll be in touch with you. Or you can go to jeffheggie.com, scroll down to the bottom and fill out the form on one-on-one coaching, and I'll get in touch with you and we can talk about that. The other thing, if you go to jeffheggie.com, you can scroll down to the bottom and there's a High Achievers monthly coaching that I do. And we dive into subjects such as this, and we can really get deep into them and figure out some of the things that you need to do to really amplify your life and get to the next level. So that's another option to look at. But love to talk to you more about it. Thanks again for all the feedback, and hope you're having a great week. Keep moving forward, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. See ya.